Okay, so we have one more patron request, and we got a bunch of vids we're just going to be rolling through as much as possible. Not as much talking going to be going on till the crown gets filled, because talking is literally injuring my fucking face. Where is the goddamn video you sent me, lady? Hell, what's the difference? There we go.
One day.
So this is a channel that Skitten loves, actually, but this suggestions from Lady of Rage. Just for funsies, college versus hell, what exactly is the difference?
Gregory was supposed to be studying for finals.
Hey, Red, I should be studying for finals, but I don't wanna. Whatever shall I do?
Have you considered not studying?
Yeah!
Brilliance!
Why didn't I think of this before?
Uh-huh.
So, registration was this morning, and my floor mate got all 8 a.m. classes.
Oh, damn, that's a circle of hell all on its own.
It really is,
we
though.
can run with this.
2 hours of not studying later.
Looks like we finally finished our hell as college list of things.
Now we can go get those lessons on proper inflection and tone. So here's the dealio. Because college is its own wonderful little hell, it felt only rational to draw the obvious connections between Dante's Inferno and the hell that is college.
Oh, that's actually gonna be really fucking good. First of all, shouts out to all the people in college out there. It is very difficult to do. But let me tell you something that you shouldn't do. And this is a very pointed statement to a very certain somebody. Maybe you shouldn't do things like looking for your dream home when you're supposed to be writing a Spanish paper. Or telling really interesting stories about your family and friends on Facebook. Okay? Those are things that we should do. Or maybe fighting with people about where you should be staying next year. In the dorms. Getting the whole dorm situation situated. You should be doing your homework instead. That's what I'm saying.
This is the byproduct of that psychotic brainchild.
Circle 1. Those poor souls trapped in limbo are the prospies who never found it in their hearts to commit. Their punishment is to simply not to go to college. Poor them.
They will live in their parents' basement forever. Circle 2.
In the circle of lust are those who used all the condoms, sexiled their roommate one too many times, talked about their sexploits at dinner when literally no one asked or wanted to hear, or engaged in such behaviors at an inordinately high volume, not even thinking to account for the thinness of the walls or the floors.
Here we find about 90% of all college students, or essentially the way you see it, everyone but you.
Their punishment, fittingly enough, is to be hit on by a creepy person in a frat party for all eternity.
Circle 3.
In the circle of gluttony, we find those criminals who hoarded dining hall food.
For some ungodly reason.
If they wanted dining hall food, they'll get dining hall food. Their punishment is to dine on Aramark forever.
Circle 4.
It's disgusting after you're done eating it too. The dining hall food, whenever you get a break from it, you realize how horrid it really is.
Those found in the circle of avarice are those pretentious dickweeds who selected a major solely for the desire to get a lucrative job.
And they never shut up about all the internships they qualify for.
Sadly, these poor souls are doomed to an eternity of working as a fry cook at Burger King.
Next up is Circle 5, and it's a well-accepted fact that going to college means having to take tests, and lots of them.
But I'm afraid that some people didn't get the memo. Those found in the circle of the wrathful and the sullen are those who seem surprised, angry, or just plain mopey at the prospect of having to actually take exams.
Doing work at college? Inconceivable!
Fittingly, these poor sods are forced to stress and study forever. And here's the really bad part. If they ever take their eyes off of their work, they instantly forget everything.
Be glad
Sound like somebody I know.
your studying doesn't look like this.
Circle 6. We all know that one guy who never shuts up about his crappy professors.
They surely can't be that bad, right?
Well, hell certainly thinks so. Those heretics who complain inordinately about these poor, overworked souls find themselves holding office hours and burning cubicles.
You're
Let's see how easy
welcome.
they think it is after an eternity explaining the same concept to bored adolescents over and over again.
Circle 7. So, since we're at least tangentially adhering to the source material here, this circle has 3 rings in it.
Beyonce must have loved it.
So in the first ring, we find those monsters who callously trash the rooms of others.
That's as close to murder as you can get in college. These morally depraved and unorganized souls are forced to remain in their rooms with the sprinklers going off forever.
People who
Damn.
engage in overly self-destructive behavior find themselves in the next ring, transformed into expensive textbooks forever.
Get it? It's like the suicide forest, because paper comes from trees.
Got
to
it.
Save the planet.
Okay,
In the ring of the
alright.
blasphemers, we find those perpetually unsatisfied bellends who solve all their problems by whining to anyone who'll listen.
And those who even don't want to.
About the university as a whole, despite actively going there and not making the slightest effort to transfer elsewhere.
These
Yeah. And where were you at? In the student government with me, hanging out, trying to make a difference. Nowhere. Not a goddamn anywhere.
Wine sellers, haha, are doomed to wear sweaters from rival universities and deal with the social consequences forever.
Thus is the price of half-assing your treachery.
Circle 8!
Onward to the Malibu crap!
Aren't I a genius?
In the first Bull J are those who, when consigned to group project work, refuse to contribute or pull their weight, and instead devoted their time and energy to kissing up to the one contributing member of the group, knowing full well that they, and everyone else, hate your guts.
Yep.
Okay, that Italian wasn't quite correct, but it was mostly okay, so I'll let it slide. Anyway, the price for such pandering is an eternity of pulling your weight in the form of dragging boulders and twisted infinite relay race for all eternity.
Next is the Bull
That
G
wasn't even slightly Italian.
Flattery, where those teachers' pets who endlessly kiss up are turned into that which they long to become, actual pets. Now this bogey
Red, you're killing me.
is for a whole new kind of asshole. We've probably heard legends of that guy, but few have ever actually seen his face. That dedicated douchebag who signs up for hundreds of prime time slots the minute class registration opens, and then sells them back for exorbitant prices.
This squeaky voiced tosspot
Who's probably also a bored econ major, just you watch.
is sentenced to eternal 8 a.m. classes.
And because we're theoretically sticking to the source material, they're also upside down and on fire.
If you want to sell the good stuff,
Jesus.
you're gonna get left with the bad stuff.
Next in this bulge
What circle of hell am I in to deserve this?
are those who try to cheat their own future, those who attempt to
Ha!
get a leg up in their classes by
What do they
immorally
get?
procuring previous year's study materials.
Asking upperclassmen for old exam
Tell me.
questions. There are no depths to which these depraved
Tell me what
deadbeats
they
won't
get.
dive.
Ooh, alliteration.
For their crimes against properly educating themselves, those souls are doomed to eternally use the wrong study guides, and thus show up to their biofinal armed with perfect knowledge of 18th century French history.
Next is the Bull
Sounds
J.
good.
Why are you doing this to me?
Of the Barrators, students who try and line up business opportunities with other students, despite all of them essentially being Ponzi schemes. And this one is my favorite punishment.
Worst job interview ever. They're unprepared. Their suit is uncomfortable. One of their pockets started falling off on their way over, and it's not
The
super
pocket.
obvious, but they know that it's there, and it's slowly driving them nuts. One of their shoes is brown and the other is black, and they spend the entire interview hoping to God that the interviewer doesn't notice.
Oh, but he notices. And he notices him noticing. And he notices him noticing him noticing. And this goes on forever because he's in hell. In the next Borgie, we find the hypocrites, those squeaky clean, starry-eyed freshmen whose stellar work ethic completely dissolves after a single semester as they melt into a puddle of alcohol and missed classes.
Their next
Damn.
punishment is truly karmic. They're forced to explain their deteriorating grades to their parents over an eternally awkward dinner.
Eternally
Plus,
awkward.
they smell of weed.
Awkward sea turtle. How's it go? Is that it? Is that the awkward sea? Am I doing it right? Am I awkward enough with my sea turtle? What about the reverse awkward sea turtle? All right.
The whole time.
Shout out to Emma. You rock.
And it's pretty obvious, but they're not sure if their parents recognize it or not.
Oh, but they do. Much like the interview, they do.
Yeah, your parents got up to some crazy stuff in the 70s. First of all, if you do this next thing, you're an actual bastard.
And you should be ashamed of yourself.
You kiss your mother with those thieving hands?
Anyway,
Yeah.
people in this next bullshit.
Is that how you say that?
It's really not that hard.
Ah.
Are thieves, plain and simple. These are the godless sociopaths who steal unattended laptops in the library.
Oh,
with
that's
no regard
terrible.
for the countless essays and assignments they're callously murdering.
And so the takers have become the takers in Taken, doomed to an eternity of being hunted by none other than Liam Neeson.
Liam
And those in this
Neeson.
pool
I literally just
are
said
deceiving, just like those low-down,
Shing.
dirty deceivers that they are.
references.
So yeah, this one is full of deceivers, in case you didn't get the memo. Those betrayers who screw over their friends during housing by telling them they'll all stick together and end up leaving to get a single all by themselves.
Deception.
Whoa! They screwed their friends, so now their friends screw them!
Not quite.
That is, they find themselves in the absolute worst room on campus. No outlets work, there's a sprinkler right over their bed, the windows don't open, and the room permanently smells of piss.
It's also right next to the RA's room, and the walls are paper thin.
And on the other side, the neighbors are constantly banging.
Ooh,
The
la,
roommate
la.
has a significant other who literally never leaves and has the worst laugh.
And we
I was that guy. My laugh is good though. It's a good laugh, but I didn't leave. I was too busy on campus, so I basically stayed there
all know the
forever.
people who belong in this next bull hay.
That's Spanish!
I believe you mean es español. It's home to the gossipers who never stop spreading their lies.
No, I didn't become an atheist because I once pissed myself in church. Please stop saying that. It's not true.
Just gonna let that one slide. Anyway, the turntables turn on these pitiable fools, and suddenly they are the gossipies. Everyone is talking about them behind their back.
They don't know what they're saying,
This
so
is
they're eternally
weird.
self-conscious. They know that things are being said and they're not happy about it. Also, you're not allowed to say Bulge anymore.
But I've never said Bull J. So in this thingy are the
He's
cheaters who cheat on
transforming.
stuff. Not the most specific of
I
that.
fucking relate to that. I fucking relate to that. I hate when Skin does that shit to me.
And I watched Harry Potter 5 a couple months ago, so today's punishment is that every word they've ever plagiarized or otherwise stolen is permanently and repeatedly branded on their body.
Better hope you stole something short,
pretty
buddy.
good.
I forgot the evil laughter.
Oh. Circle 9. This circle's mostly for traitors, so the first on our list are those traitors to kin who spend all of their parents' money.
Those daft spendthrifts, when will they learn?
Never, because they get to be frozen in the nearest body of water. Yay, source material!
I hope you're proud of yourself, because your parents sure aren't.
Then there are those traitors to common decency, and there are kind of a lot of them, so buckle up.
Those who betray their friends by leaving their clothes in the wash for hours are subject to a fitting punishment, being trapped in a washing machine with all the other souls. And also, someone's laundry. By the way, if you actually do this, you're a monster.
The world doesn't revolve around you, asshole. Get it? Because revolve and washing machines spin? I'm a genius.
Yeah, okay. Then there are the traitors to household courtesy, those who have a snog, or worse, when the roommate's still in the room.
It doesn't matter if they're asleep, you're still an awful person.
Sorry. I apologize wholeheartedly. My bad.
And their punishment? Naked forever!
If you want to be indecent in the company of others, so help me God, you will be indecent in the company of others.
And this last one is the
How is that at all equal to the... Never mind.
most heinous of all crimes.
it's
And
not that
no more
bad.
joking, if you do this, I will hunt you down and slap you.
We've been kidding up until now, but if you actually do this in real life, I hate you and everything you stand for.
These are the people who are mean to their teachers.
This is unforgivable. Teachers are national treasures.
They take time out of their lives to make your sorry butt a little bit smarter, and this is how you repay them.
Your parents raised you better than this.
Damn.
Did you be this mean to your grandma? Huh?
If you only knew how much
Damn.
work they did for you, you wouldn't be able to look yourself in the mirror.
Ever indebted to our source material, the punishment for being a dick to teachers is eternally drowning in the school's tuition vault while the university president watches and laughs.
So now that we've described the hell of our creation, is there really a moral to the story?
This is...
Don't be an ass.
Yeah, okay, that sounds like pretty good life.
What the fuck? That was great. Amazingly made video. Hey, I fucking support that shit. Sorry about all the times I snogged around people. Thank you, lady. Hold on, let me say... Alright. I'll see you guys in the next one. That was amazing. Overly Sarcastic Productions are fucking fantastic. Don't be an ass. Sorry for snogging. If, and next time I'll use my noggin. I don't need to go to hell, I promise. I don't need to be naked forever. Or maybe I do, to learn my lesson. I'm not quite sure yet. I'm getting married. Fuck y'all. I'll see you. Peace.
Crocs, 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 Crocs. I'm rocking Crocs. I'm rocking Crocs. I'm rocking Crocs. Wearing Crocs, boy. I'm rocking Crocs. I'm rocking Crocs. I'm rocking Crocs. Wearing Crocs, boy. My Crocs are gold. My pops is old. My Crocs got soul. My Crocs are bold. I go to church wearing Crocs. I'm always turned wearing Crocs. My Crocs are great. Your Crocs are lame. With my Crocs, I can cross a lake. Crocs, 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 Crocs.